Hi, I'm Scott with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at our Class 3 receiver hitch for our 2024 Nissan Rogue. This hitch is going to be a really nice powder coat finish, and I think it looks good with our trim level here. It's going to have our 2-inch opening, so it is going to fit most of your accessories that have the 2-inch shank. It does going to have a reinforced collar here, so it does kind of add to the durability. It is able to tow, so you're going to be able to use both of your hooks, your S-hook style and your standard heavy-duty style hook. With this hitch, as far as measurements go, these are going to be measurements that are going to be important so you know what type of accessories you need to run with it. Your measurement from your center of your pinhole out is going to be right at around 5.5 to 6 inches there. And as far as from the top of our receiver tube here to the ground, we are looking at right at about 12.25 there. Those measurements are going to allow you to figure out what type of rise you will need in the shank of any of your accessories that you're going to run. Like a bike rack, you may want a little bit of a rise in it, and what that's going to do is going to help keep your rack and everything off the ground. Say you back out of a driveway that has a little bit of an angle to it, you're going to want to have that measurement so you know that when you back out of your driveway, it's not going to scrape the road when you're backing out. Another thing is when you have your measurement with your center pin here out to the edge of the bumper, that's going to allow you to figure out if say your bike rack folds up. It's going to let you know if you have enough room for your bike back to fold up and stow without hitting the back of your Rogue. This hitch is going to have a 5/8 pin opening here. So that's what it's going to do is that's going to lock in any of your accessories you put on. This hitch won't come with a pin, but a lot of your accessories may have one with it. Or you do have the option of getting a locking pin that you can get through here at eTrailer. That's a really nice option. That way you're going to be more secure with nobody being able to take your accessories off the back of your vehicle. As far as weight rating goes with this hitch, it is going to have a tongue weight rating of 525 pounds. That number is going to be your downward weight that this hitch can support. That's going to be for maybe your cargo rack, your bike racks with your bikes on it. That's going to give you an idea of how much downward pressure it can take. It's going to have a pull rating, and that's going to be your gross trailer weight rating, and that's going to be trailer with everything that you have on it, and that number is going to be 3,500 pounds. With those numbers, you are going to want to check with your vehicle to make sure that those numbers match up. You should be able to find that rating in your owner's manual. As far as installation goes on the Rogue, it's really not too bad. It's going to maybe take you about maybe half hour, 45 minutes, maybe max doing it. It's pretty simple. You can probably do it in your driveway, maybe have an extra set of hands to help you lift it up into place. Other than that, it pretty much just bolts into place for you. If it's something you don't have time to do or you really don't want to mess with it, you can always look at our dealer locator on our site and look for a place that could get it installed for you. If it's something you think you might want to think about doing yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it done. To start our installation, the instructions tell us to remove these 2 little pop clips here. This is going to be a pretty straightforward installation. There really isn't a whole lot of tools and things that you're going to need to get this done. All you're really going to need is maybe a small screwdriver to get your clips out, and a 19mm socket and a ratchet and a torque wrench. You should be able to get it done pretty quick and easy. First, we'll start by taking these out. Give them a little wiggle. Sometimes you can get some dirt behind there, and that is going to help break them loose. All right, for our attachment points, we're going to have our weld nuts up in here. These are already pre-threaded. We're going to have one here and one here. On a lot of vehicles, you can get a lot of road grime and stuff up in there, or maybe a little bit of rust. What we like to do is just put a little spray up in there, either penetrant or some silicone spray, and just get a little bit on that and run our brush in here. If you don't have one of these brushes, we do offer them here at eTrailer. That's just going to clean that out for you and make installation a little easier. And we are going to do that on both sides. As far as our hardware goes, we are going to have our bolt and washer here. This is going to be a conical washer and it has a little dip in it. It's going to have these little teeth in it. When we install it, we're going to want our teeth facing the hitch and going in. So we definitely want to make sure we get that. But what I like to do is after I run the tube brush in through our bolt holes here, what I'll do is I'll take our hardware and I'll run it in both of them. So that way, when I get my hitch in place, I know that I'll be able to run it in hand tight without having to fight it with holding the hitch up there. All right, with an extra set of hands, we're gonna get our hitch in place. Bruce is gonna help me get it up in place here. All you're gonna do is run it straight up past your exhaust here, and once you get it to a point, you're just gonna pull your little flap, and it's gonna tuck right up behind there. And that's gonna allow you to get a bolt started up in there. Now that we have all our bolts in hand tight, I'm just gonna follow up and tighten them up with my ratchet here just to bring them down snug. Now that we have them all snug down, we're just gonna go back through and tighten them all four up with our torque wrench, and we're gonna torque them down to the torque specs in the instruction manual. Now that we have our hitch torqued down to the specs, we can just follow back up and reinstall our clips that we removed. With our clips back in place, that's going to do it for our install of our eTrailer hitch on our 2024 Nissan Rogue.